What's cooking? Good looking. Back into the kitchen with our favorite Gracie Stevens in the flesh. So good to have you here in person and doing what you do best, helping us whip up something scrumptious and completely healthy. I think when it comes to food, sometimes choosing a meal that is both healthy and, of course, delicious for the family can become a bit difficult. But BWELL have the answer thanks to their free downloadable Happy Heart cookbook. They got you covered. You can now enjoy heart-healthy recipes every day of the week. And on today's menu is a super snappy and downright delicious lemon and mint chicken pasta. It smells amazing. It looks wonderful. And joining us, of course, in the kitchen to whip it up is Grace Stevens. Grace, so good to see you, man.
It is so awesome
so good to have you back in person.
Yes.
And, of course, doing what you do, as I said, best, which is making us healthy meals for the whole family. This one coming courtesy of BWELL. Yes. I like the sound of this.
Yes, because it's happy heart and happy tummy.
Completely. A lot of my favorite flavor profiles going into this, and I haven't really ever thought of the lemon and mint combo, but I love the look of this as a pasta.
It's really great, especially alongside all our spices. It's a really, really nice combination. It
packs a punch. Okay, so get cracking. What happens first?
So we're going to marinate our chicken, which is always a good idea to do. And we're going to marinate it with all of our spices. So we got some chilies in there.
Okay, so it's got a bit of zing. Oh, okay, garam masala.
Yeah,
that's clever.
We've got and you know, garam masala is a unique blend, whatever one that you buy. So buy the one that you and your family really
you can hit a spice mark and get it made up. It's about finding that flavor profile that works for you.
Has their, every Indian family has their garam masala that they kind of like.
Yeah, family tradition recipe that's been passed down. I must say, I tend to move away from the coriander. Everyone's like a standing joke that I don't like the fresh coriander, dried coriander as well. I just find it overpowers other things. So I would like to lessen the coriander, but I'm loving with things like broccoli and with cauliflower, a good curry powder and a nice garam masala. It elevates the flavors completely. It works so well. So
absolutely.
So yeah, we're marinating in the yogurt. The yogurt also, I understand, will help to break down the chicken, kind of really soften it.
It does. Yeah? So yes, the acids in the
yogurt. Yeah.
Lost my words today. And the yogurt, yes, it will. It nice and softens it nice. And if you leave it for at least half an hour, even when I make something like this, I'll leave it overnight.
Overnight, okay, yeah, so you can
really
want to
do that. Yeah. And of course, I'm also not a fan of coriander, but just a little bit.
I'm training myself. I'm training myself.
You either like it or you don't like it. So what I've got in here is some onions frying, and then I'm going to toss in all my chicken. And of course, I have forgotten to put a little bit of lemon in there.
Okay.
Because lemon and chicken are best friends. And if you want to reduce your salt intake, then using lemon instead in your recipes can really, really help, because it's going to bring out the flavour in a very similar way that salt does. And of course, that is also heart-friendly.
Of course, it's well, speaking of which, I think Cancer's Smart Choice is what you're looking for on the label. Do you know that canola oil is the only oil in South Africa that carries the Cancer Smart Choice seal of approval in aiming to reduce risk factors associated with cancer development? It's amazing to me that so much of this is preventable when it comes to heart health, when it comes to cancer, and it's as simple as making a choice to eat a little bit better. And this is something you can do every day, which I love.
Absolutely. I did fry my oil, my onions in this oil. While this is, when this is cooking and it's almost cooked, you throw in your broccoli. And this is a really nice way to get some really good nutrients.
Good greens in, yeah.
Family, and of course, yes, and some
fresh coriander. I don't want to shame anyone into not eating their coriander. I know some people absolutely love it.
Oh dear.
Can I tell you where it developed? I used to work at a department store, and my kind of lunchtime treat was a shawarma. And I would look forward to the shawarma, being a kind of voracious, hungry teenage guy, and they would inevitably put a big chunk of coriander in and would ruin the whole thing for me. So this was my daily drama. I was like, have they put the coriander in? No, they haven't. So that's why I've developed this unnatural distaste of coriander. It's a strong taste.
It's your palate, and then it does kind of consume your whole...
It really does work with a curry flavor profile. So I understand that it will elevate. And what I like here is that we have introduced the color, the greens, to really elevate the vitamin kind of components. So this is a perfectly well-balanced meal for our kids, yeah?
Absolutely. absolutely. If you don't like the leaves, because I'm not a big fan of coriander leaves, but it's the ground coriander that really brings out your flavor in your curries. So maybe ditch the leaves and just
a bit of the dry
keep to
coriander. And I suppose if you
coriander.
wanted to go kind of a meat-free direction, could you sub maybe the chicken for mushroom or
So
something
swap
like
out your chicken with mushrooms. The mushrooms are nice and meaty, so they're really gonna satisfy you. And then you've got a wonderful meat-free Monday dish to do.
that? Wonderful. And because the chicken has been kind of pre-tenderized and it's kind of small cubes, so we don't have to overcook it and dry it out.
And the last thing I'm gonna do is add my nice, this is penne, but you can use any sort of pasta shape. And as a mom, you know, and I make pasta quite a lot because my kids are quite fussy eaters, switch up your shapes, you know, to keep them guessing.
Keep it interesting, yeah.
But for something like this, you do want like a ridge on this penne. Helps to just attract all that nice spices and sauces and everything.
In there, yeah. And I suppose pasta's a good one because it's going to give you that the carbs you need for your running. I know that you and your boy have been the avid runners over lockdown.
Running. So yeah, we've been getting strong. Our motto is, it's tough, but we are tougher.
I love that.
That's been our motto
And who
during
says
lockdown.
that? Do you say it or does he say it?
We both say it, because like we both like say, and then he's writing matric at the moment, and I wrote on a little board in his room, I just said, you are tougher. I think that's our motto for our family.
Oh, that's going out to all the matrics who are hard at work right now, of course, preparing for final exams at the moment. Absolutely love this recipe. It's balanced. It's going to take care of your health. And, of course, it is delicious. And let's see if it passes my very stringent taste test. I'm even going to take in a bit of the coriander to just see if I can expand my palate a little bit. There we go.
Has that got the Graham stamp of approval?
That is wonderful. The mint.
The mint really just elevates. I put it in at the end, and it really just gives you that freshness that you want when you've got all those spices.
It's lovely. It's not overly salty, which is nice. I think the lemon really brings out, like you say, it's the best friend of the chicken. Absolutely delicious. But the key here, that garam masala. But if you want to know exactly how we created this beautiful pasta dish with a bit of zing, a bit of spice, and bucket loads of healthy nutrients, take a look at this. That's it.
Visit BWELLfoods.co.za to download your free Happy Heart cookbook today. Be Well. Love. Food. Life.